Hello. This is a story particularly to help you when you're feeling sad on the inside. It's about finding your superpower. I want you to know you're not alone, and at the end of this story you'll probably see why. Inside out, kids. Charlie had running away feelings today. He carried them around inside as if they were a rocky boulder pressing on his ribs and punching him into hurt spaces. Actually, any change seemed to make him overthink. He did have a good imagination. He didn't want to tell anyone in case they laughed. He didn't want to tell them about his strange rocky boulder feeling. Going to high school felt like that boulder on the inside. Luckily, Charlie had a friend called Martha who walked to school with him every day. She was much taller than he was and seemed to be braver too, or so he thought. One particular school morning, miserable and raining, the two friends didn't seem to have a lot to say. That was okay, as they were comfortable friends. Yet today, Martha looked sad and lost. "Hey, Em, what's up?" Charlie asked. Martha shrugged her shoulders and bowed her head so far down that her face was hidden. Charlie's boulder feeling punched him in the ribs again, reminding him that he was rubbish and he couldn't even help his friend Martha. This boulder thinking seems to be jumping in on him regularly since he changed schools. He just felt rubbish and downright sad. Until he remembered something Sir had said on the first day of high school. It went something like this. "Morning, minions." There was a chorus of, "Morning, sir, morning, sir, morning, sir." A few children looked embarrassed at the mass chant. They always seemed to notice embarrassment, even when Charlie didn't really think it was there. "Now, youngsters," Sir continued to tell everyone in assembly about his own first day at high school. How he had one tiny worry about his locker. How would he find it? What was the number? What if the lock didn't work? One small thought grew and grew and grew into a whole mountain of made-up worries. Have you ever been there? I know I have. He couldn't see beyond his own worry wall. "Hey, Martha, do you remember Sir telling us about this worry wall?" asked Charlie. Martha looked up, peered beyond her hood and nodded. Charlie noticed she'd been crying. "How big's yours?" he asked, holding two hands up towards the sky. "Mine's as big as the sky," he whispered. "This big." Martha smiled and paused. She watched a bus go by. "It's as big as that bus," she whispered back, "and it's making me feel sick." Martha went pale and held her stomach. "Come on, Martha, remember what Sir told us." Charlie repeated. His question was rhetorical. Martha paused again, listening whilst walking beside Charlie, whose bolder thinking seemed to have shrunk a little to help him to be that great friend he wanted to be. Charlie told Sir's story of a boy making fun of his worries, and a different older boy being kind and asking young Sir if he was okay. When young Sir told the older kid about his locker thinking, he said, "Oh, me too, mate. I had the same worries in year 7 when I was 11. I even had worries in primary school. I worry a lot now. The difference is I know I'm making them up. Would you like some help?" The older boy sat with young Sir, working out all the practical locker things. What to do if you got lost, how to mark where you were on the school map, where to find your locker key, what number it was, written down in your book. But one huge piece of advice that Sir had learned that day was that we actually live each day in the feeling of our own thinking. Our thinking. We live in the experience of our thinking every day. You see, when you understand this, it feels like a superpower. You feel invincible, knowing that you create everything and it comes from your mind, not outsiders, not anybody calling us names, not losing our locker key, because we can work it all out when we're just neutral and clear. We can do anything. Your mind is your mind. Nobody can make you feel bad. Only your own mind. Whew. You are human, so you will have worry thinking days. The difference now is that you know you're doing this inside your head. You can be okay no matter what. Feelings can only come from you, and these come from thoughts in the moment. Every thought you have eventually passes when you leave them alone. I bet you don't have the same thinking as last year, or even 5 years ago, or even when you were a baby. So if you create your own worry wall from speeded up thinking, then you can just wait until your thinking settles back down, a little bit like a snow globe. And when it's in that neutral, ordinary space, you'll know what to do next, or you can ask for help. Either way, you'll feel so much better. Wow, thanks for reminding me, Charlie. I just got lost in my own head, Martha laughed. She hugged Charlie, Charlie blushed, and they went through the school gates together, the worry wall disappearing as quickly as they took each step. Because the two friends now had new thinking. So remember, your thinking is your own made up of energy made by you. When we focus on something, it means we think about it more often, so it begins to feel huge, yet it's only made of air. And mostly, we don't give thoughts a second thought. Nobody can ever make you feel anything. If someone says something hurtful, it's their hurt thinking. You don't have to engage. You don't have to give it any more thought. And by the way, enjoy your superpower. Have a great day.